So, the first trailer of the Artemis Fowl movie came out and yep, it's a thing. Now, I really don't do these types of things, but the Artemis Fowl series was one of the biggest book series I engrossed myself in as a kid. Between this and the Percy Jackson books, it's a big reason why I chose the name Artemis. And like Percy Jackson, it seems like Artemis Fowl joins the "that's not even remotely the plot in the books" movie adaptation club. My first thought upon viewing all this was just, yep, don't need that. Alright, so I don't want to break down every scene in this trailer, I'll leave that to other people, but it's very clear that Disney made no effort to stay true to the source material at all, and it's just sad. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert in movie marketing, I'm viewing this as a consumer and a fan of a franchise. Seeing that a book series you loved as a kid makes the jump to the big screen should be a very exciting thing, but the characters moving around that screen were not in the books. These are new characters, whose only similarities are their names. If you, as a corporate entity, purchase the rights to make a book series into a movie, why do you then only use it to use the names? This isn't even an attempt to extend this series as a new story, it completely changes every plot right from the first page of the first book. Artemis Fowl is supposed to be the villain who works on a redeeming arc. He is shown from the first chapter as someone who gets others to do his own work. This Artemis Fowl in the movie is not the Artemis Fowl I knew and grew up with. But I'm going to try and put all that aside. If I ignore all the plots and character archetypes, relationships in the books, and just look at the movie as its own separate AU for the series, as its own thing, it seems to be its own plot, which is fine if not a bit generic with a sci-fi twist. I mean, gotta go save your family from the bad guy. It is not the story I thought it would be when I first learned of an Artemis Fowl movie a couple years ago. Oh yeah, did I mention this film was first announced back in 2001 with official screenplay and everything coming to light in 2013? But it is a story using characters I grew to love. Basically, I'm gonna go to the theater's opening weekend with the bar literally on the ground in terms of expectations, and we'll see what happens. I just have to tell myself this is not a book to movie adaptation. Based on this first trailer, all I can describe this movie as is another book to movie adaptation that looked at the book through a foggy telescope and decided that it was not good enough.
Also, is that Artemis surfing? Physical activity? What the fuck?